Good evening. I'm Taylor Harnish.
And I'm Francesca Barrett, and welcome to this month's edition of Hempfield Happenings.
Tonight's show will feature Centerville Elementary School, their unique way of rewarding their students.
A teacher from Hempfield who has written a book to share his story.
And we will introduce the 2014 Homecoming Queen.
So stay tuned because this is Hempfield Happenings.
The 10th graders here at Hempfield recently took the day to explore possible careers and look into their future.
Part of your tooth that shows when you smile is called the crown.
Recently, the 10th graders had an opportunity to get a head start on planning their future thanks to Hempfield High School's 4th Annual Career Day.
The purpose of Career Day is for students to engage in some real-life career exploration and development. It's actually a part of our graduation project here at Hempfield. All of our 10th grade students, along with the 9th grade students, get to hear the keynote or the main speaker for the event. This year, for our Career Day keynote speaker, we have the Mayor of Lancaster City coming in, Mayor Rick Gray.
Do you like what you're doing and you have a good feeling about yourself and the type of work you do?
And then our 10th graders have the opportunity to sign up for 2 individual career speaker presentations of their choice.
I talked to Katie Knoll, a 10th grade student at Hempfield High School, about her expectations for Career Day.
I do think I'll enjoy Career Day because I think it's going to give me a really good chance to explore some careers that I might be interested in the future.
Mrs. DaCosta elaborated on the variety of career sessions that they offer during Career Day.
We have 31 speakers coming in this year, which is the most we've ever had.
I think that we were given a really nice variety of choices for careers, and I think that it'll give students a really good chance to pick careers that really do interest them.
The 10th graders seem more prepared for the future after this year's Career Day. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Christopher Detweiler.
The Landisville Elementary Schools encouraged reading with their event, Books in the Night.
Books in the Night is for families to get together and connect by reading.
But Books in the Night is twice a year we come up with different themes. Each theme is different, all related to reading. Then we had 3 stations this time. One station was we had Bob McCreary come in, who is one of our 5th grade teacher's husband, who is an illustrator, and he came in and drew characters from Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Big Nate. The other station was we had found and had learned about how kids can take ink and use their fingers, and they made bookmarks. We had taken out of the newspaper just comics, and we split them up, laminated them, so we cut them up and then gave them to different groups of kids, and the kids had to read the comics and then order them.
The first thing
we sent out a picture of this great big huge chameleon with a little person a person sitting on top of the great big huge chameleon, and he was sitting on top of a rock, and we said, caption this. So it was a little contest to get interest again, and so they had to put a caption underneath the picture, and then as the people that came, they then voted on that as well.
I went to the lunchroom, ate pizza, and when we were eating, Mrs. Zemo, the speech teacher, came up beside me and told me that I was one of the top 5 finalists for the Books and Night caption contest. Did you bring my floaties?
We offer them something to do, and it's family oriented, and the kids are we've never had the kids not engaged in something. It's a learning process, but it's not school. And we try to keep it away from school kind of feel. We could try to keep it as a fun family event.
Books in the Night is a night where families and kids can both connect and get excited about reading. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Erin Hart.
At Centerville Elementary School, the students participated in a fun reward for one of their fundraisers.
For many years, Centerville Elementary School has held a fall fundraiser for the Race for Education, but the reward for all the students' hard work is a little unexpected.
Years ago, when we first were doing fundraisers, one year we decided that we would have pig races. And the pigs, as you can see, are mechanical pigs. And we thought it'd be a lot of fun and a lot of clean fun. And we were looking for something to celebrate fall as well as the fundraiser. And so this became, okay, we'll have pig races. So each of the classes would participate and they'd get a pig, name their pig, maybe dress up their pig. And then we have 2 different times in the day that we race pigs, and they come down to the gym and they race the pigs across the gym. The winners, the class winners, get a pizza party.
Along with the races, Centerville welcomed a very special guest.
Our local therapy pig. I had known that he had been certified just recently as the first pig in Lancaster as the therapy pig. And so I thought, wouldn't that be neat for the kids to learn that there's different types of pigs, that the pigs can be trained to do things and be therapy pigs, and so that was a lot of fun.
My favorite part of the pig races was him coming in second and not in last.
Cheering the pigs on.
When Mrs. Heffernan's kids won. Watching the pigs and cheering them on.
Kids love it, they laugh, it's just a lot of fun.
So congratulations to all the Centerville students who took part in the fundraiser and for all those who participated in the pig races. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Carly McGettigan.
Rewarding positive behavior in the school district has been an ongoing goal, so the middle schools are working together on a new system to promote positive behavior.
So it's harsh.
I'm here at one of Hempfield School District's middle schools where they're looking to implement a new behavioral roles program.
Myself and Mrs. Tobias, the guidance counselor, had attended some meetings over at Landisville with the guidance counselor and Mr. Dandridge, the principal there, at the beginning stages of creating this program.
Core things behind the plan are to identify those core values, like I said, to have consistent expectations in all the classrooms of what behaviors we'd like to see, and then a solid plan for rewarding those good behaviors.
Our first step to starting the program was all the teachers got together and they were to agree upon 3 to 5 behavior expectations that we would expect of all students.
Based on 4 core values. Here at LMS we have be safe, be respectful, be responsible, and be engaged.
We agreed upon 3 behaviors: safe behaviors, responsible, and respectful behaviors. So we came up with a slogan called We Are CMS. C, choose to be safe. M, make responsible decisions. And S, show respect.
A key component of the plan is to build in reinforcement or rewards for students who are modeling good behavior. So we have a lot of different incentives. We've been handing out Landisville loot this year. So anytime we see students engage in good behavior, and then they can trade that in monthly for a raffle.
I was in history class and one of my friends needed a pencil and I gave him a pencil, and the teacher, Mrs. Waltz, gave me one of these slips and I got drawn. I got a free slushie from Turkey Hill.
It's been a great year so far. When we look at our discipline data, it's only 1 year snapshot, so I'd love to see these trends continue over time. But we have certainly had a reduction in the amount of referrals that are coming to the office.
And people are following the rules more, so you don't have to worry about as much problems.
As you can see, the new behavioral programs at Centerville and Landisville Middle School are working well for the principals, teachers, and students. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Luke Mondock.
Anna Williams brings back an old Hempfield Happenings feature where we analyze the fall sports season.
All 6 of the fall sports this season were very successful.
The girls' cross country team continued their 2-year tradition of winning the league meet.
Obviously had a pretty good regular season. We were 20-1. We lost the first meet, and then after that we were undefeated, and we actually ended up being co-champions. And the Lancaster Lebanon League meet we won for the 3rd straight year. And at the district meet we finished closer to winning than we did to qualifying last year. Finished 5th by just a few points.
In addition to coaching a successful girls team, Terry Newman also led the boys team to many victories.
The Lancaster Lebanon League meet, they were incredibly motivated and scored a school history low, 37 points, to win that meet. And that was fantastic, and we used that as a springboard for the week after on Wednesday at Hershey when they were PIAA District 3 champions.
Another successful fall sport this year at Hempfield was football.
We did have our negatives and we did have our positives. We struggled here and there, and then at practice we made up for it. We came close to making it to 3rd round of districts, but we lost in the 2nd round.
The girls volleyball team at Hempfield has an incredible winning tradition.
Well, we went undefeated in leagues, ended up winning our 6th league championship, and then we won districts this year, and then we made it to the state tournament and lost in the finals, ending our season the other day against Parkland. So in total, our season was a 23-1. Well, we won states back-to-back, last year and the year before that, and then this year was our 5th time being in the state finals consecutively, so I mean, that's pretty cool.
The girls' soccer team successes were kicked off by their section victory.
Leagues, we made it to finals, and we won finals, and that was good. Districts, we made it to the 1st round, and we went into double overtime, and we lost. Yeah, next season will hopefully be a good season, and we're going to come out hard and try to get as far as we can.
In addition to these victories, the girls' tennis team went 12-1 to place 3rd in districts. The field hockey team also had an honorable season, finishing 15-7.
Hopefully the sports in the winter can be as successful as the sports of the fall. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Anna Williams.
You might have noticed the new building on Church Street and Kaufman Road in Landisville. Rachel Raboyne went to see its benefits to the district.
This past September, the Landisville Education Center, also known as the LEC, was put to use by replacing the Roarstown Education Center, also known as the REC. But what exactly are the advantages of switching from REC to LEC?
It is much more brighter. That I think has helped because, brightness makes you more involved. So yes, the new building really helps.
We have, many more computers in the classroom, so we can, service more students than what we had before. And the teachers are great with trying to implement and integrate the technology. So it's nice to have those things, at your disposal. And again, most of it being new, most being updated, you don't have the glitches and the problems with it. I mean, the internet is almost flawless here.
It's a lot different because, well, you're on the computer all day and you kind of just get to go on your own pace, and you don't have a teacher that's right in your face teaching you, so it's kind of all on your own. It's still kind of like high school. It's kind of everybody has their own little cliques, and everybody sits and hangs out with their own little people, and it's been like that since I remember even going here. You get to do your own stuff and go at your own pace, so that's what I've always liked about it.
We tend to have an online curriculum called EPEES, and that has helped a lot. We have to actually provide lessons for whatever subject that student actually needs.
You can get one-on-one help, and as much as you need. Say you're in a science class, and there's say if you're in 9th grade science, you would just work with those 9th graders, or if you're in 11th grade science, you would work with 11th graders. So it just depends on what grade you are, but it doesn't ever really affect you. You kind of just still do your work as you would do it in any other class.
They do all their normal classes. It's a 5-period block, just like you have at the high school. So the only elective that we had access to as far as coming in was part-time art teacher with Mrs. Bailey, being able to do some digital art with the students. So, that's been nice. We've had that for a few years now. The electives are part of the graduation requirements and credits, and having access to that will keep students on track to graduate.
So with new technology and amazing opportunities for students, the Landisville Education Center proves to be a wonderful asset to the Hempfield School District. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Rachel Raboyne.
One school in our district has been working hard to develop a stronger relationship with families. Dalton Benedict reported on some of the events at East Petersburg Elementary School.
East Petersburg Elementary held some exciting events this month, including their fun run and their family fun night. I spoke to Jen Landis, East Petersburg's PTO president, about the purpose of the fun run.
Yeah, well, the goal of the fun run was obviously to have fun, something good for the kids to do, work together for a common goal. We raised a lot of money, which is going to go right back into the school and for the kids, and to have fun, just to be active and have a great time together with their fellow students.
I also asked some students what they liked about the fun run.
Well, it was running and helping the little kids out, telling them to keep on pushing themselves.
Just the music going on and everybody just running and having fun. My favorite part was running, letting the little kids run in front of us and having fun.
East Petersburg also holds family fun nights throughout the year. I spoke with Principal Kim Rauscher about the most recent event, which included a visit from Zoo America.
Our family fun nights are a way for students to come out back to our school in the evenings with their family members and just enjoy opportunities to connect their learning with just a lot of fun. And I thought we accomplished that very well tonight, learning about creatures of the night, and then all the activities they had an opportunity to do after that.
I also spoke with Ms. Rauscher about the importance of family events.
Family and school relationships are key. We cannot educate our children alone. It takes all of us working collaboratively together, and I couldn't be more proud. Our PTO is a very active PTO, and as a result of that, the connection is very tremendous, and we can offer so much to our children.
East Petersburg's family events are helping to build a stronger relationship between the school and the family. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Dalton Benedict.
One of the teachers at the high school wrote and published a book sharing his story.
You may not think about it, but every day people are creating. Mr. Stralo, one of our teachers here at Hempfield, just finished his new book, A Preemie Promise.
The title is A Preemie Promise, and basically that element is a message to parents about, what they can expect. It started really as, I think, as Cole's adventure.
The story did touch my heart very much. Although none of my children were preemies, and it's a totally different situation. We had some issues too with births as a family, and it really did touch my heart. And I think no matter who reads this book, you'll be able to see the love and the joy.
I started writing the book actually when our oldest child, Cole, was still in the NICU, actually, after he was born, and he's now 6 years old. Mm-hmm. So I started then, and then kind of would work on it for a while, put it away for a couple months, come back to it. And then we had our second child, Avery. She was born also premature, but not quite as early as he was. And it was at that point that I kind of continued writing.
He said, I've been writing a book and would really like you to take a look at it and see if there's any suggestions or edits or give me your thoughts on it. So I didn't really know he had been writing it along the way.
The bulk of my work came in the past probably 9 months to 1 year when I decided to really move forward with it, get it into the book format, and then eventually get it published. But it was off and on for probably 6 years.
The summer that Mr. Stralo was editing his work, he had contacted me and asked me if I would mind taking a look at it and editing it.
It can be done, and it takes a lot of work, and you really have to kind of put yourself out there.
I think it became real for me when he sent me the first draft that I took a look at.
I would honestly say that the first time that it came to me in the mail and I opened it and I held it in my hands, and I thought, wow, like this really happened.
A Preemie Promise is available for purchase on Amazon and is also in our school library. From Hempfield Happenings, this is Kathy Turner.
There have been several parent concerns regarding the current testing policies mandated by the state. Duncan Brady looked into this issue further.
The level of high-stakes testing in the state of Pennsylvania has been on the rise in recent years. As students experience the stress of these large tests, they avoid them by opting out.
Unfortunately, what happens, and we're seeing this with many of our students, it is causing very high anxiety. They are not scoring well many times, and this is just reinforcing in their minds that I can't do this. If we are constantly pushing kids down, that's not going to encourage them to want to try harder and to do better.
I think we're stigmatizing kids at a very early age because these kids are taking tests, they're getting these scores, and it's saying, you're bad at this. The idea of a test is to be a part of the learning experience. You take a test, you figure out what you knew, what you didn't know, and you go from there. Do you ever see your final results from the state test? No, you don't. So are they part of the learning experience? No, they're not. So now we're labeling all these kids for no reason at all because of a test that's supposed to show you if you're a good student or not. There are a lot of people out there who go through life thinking they're stupid because they were told that their scores on these tests were bad. And what I want kids to understand is that these tests mean nothing. I want parents to understand these tests mean nothing. I make a good living as a teacher. I never complain about my salary, but I know this testing is wrong.
I think there's a growing movement of people in our communities, not only here in Hempfield, but around Lancaster County and across the state of Pennsylvania, that object to the concept. We had, just this past year, we had 17 students who were opted out of the testing across our school system. And if enough parents were to opt out of the testing, it could impact on our standing with the federal government. So yeah, it does become a problem that way.
Well, what we're seeing from some of our parents is that they are starting to opt some of their students out of the tests. Now, legally, you can only opt out of a high-stakes test in the state of Pennsylvania if it is for religious purposes. And what happens is if you have too many kids opt out of the test, then your participation score goes down and that counts against the school.
The SPP is the State Performance Profile, again, which is a number that is calculated by the State Department of Education and assigned to a school to show how well the school is performing. And one of the small factors is how many kids do you have opting out of the tests?
Again, I would hope that parents would not do or make that decision lightly because there are potential implications for our schools and for the district.
More of our parents are doing that as a protest. They don't like high-stakes testing, and they are hoping that if they opt students out of a test, that this will send a protest to the state and maybe something will happen. But in reality, it really won't. All it will do is reflect poorly on our own individual school building and school district.
So now what's going to happen? You have factions among the staff because you'll have some teachers who think the tests are ridiculous. And then you have some teachers who think, yeah, the tests are ridiculous, but it's affecting my pay. States plan these games, and it's wrong.
Although I believe the intentions have been good, sometimes the unintended consequences of those intentions do not play out the way we think they're going to.
The increasing number of parents opting their children out of high-stakes tests has proven to bring several setbacks to the district. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Duncan Brady.
The middle school TV studios recently got new equipment for their morning news shows.
Good morning, Hempfield. I'm Alex.
And I'm Josh.
Because the high school received new studio equipment, WCMS and WLMS are benefiting from the old.
Last summer, when we got a donation at the high school here to upgrade our equipment, we were changing it all over to HD. We decided that it'd be great to pass down our equipment to the middle schools, all of our old SD equipment. So it was convenient because we had our main studio system, and we also had a portable system that we did for used for doing remotes and things like that. So we were able to give one to each school. What they got from us was a switcher that has graphics built in, which they never had before. And the thing I think they like a lot is a teleprompter.
Hempfield High School was very nice to give us 2 new cameras, a teleprompter, which makes our reading much easier, a TriCaster, and a CG board. The new equipment is much easier to train on, and it's much more fluid. We had a lot of problems with the old equipment where it was not working, not always functioning. Some of the equipment was from the 90s, so we were extremely outdated, so I am beyond happy with the new equipment.
We also thought it was very beneficial since all of the equipment, our old SD stuff and our new HD stuff here at the high school is all NewTek TriCaster stuff. So the same switcher interface that they're using and graphics that they're using right now at the middle schools, when they come here, it's going to look all familiar to them. So it's not going to be completely different, which is what we always had in the past, that we had to
time for them to learn, and now they're going to come in and they're going to feel comfortable with it because it's like, oh, I did this in middle school. It's the same type of equipment.
I think the TV production is extremely important for Hempfield, especially starting at the middle school, because as you get to the high school and take ComTech and start on with Hempfield Happenings and go to your STN competitions, Hempfield has done a tremendous job in the past and have won some pretty good awards throughout the country, and I just think it's a great opportunity for students who have a passion to be on camera.
Between the two middle schools, the new equipment not only benefits the students, but also the advisors. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Mandy Picciani.
This past October, a new Hempfield homecoming queen was announced. Joey White met this remarkable student who represents the district well.
This past October, on this very spot, the title of Hempfield High School Homecoming Queen was given to one very inspiring student.
That student was Keishley Santiago, a Hempfield senior who had a very memorable homecoming experience.
I feel like I'm shaking because I get nervous.
Then they said, Keishley Santiago is the homecoming queen. How did that make you feel?
Happy.
Made you feel really happy?
Yeah.
It was a humbling experience. It was so cool. Probably one of the greatest moments in my life. Just being up there with her. It was really cool.
During the many activities the girls did together, Keishley was able to connect very quickly with the homecoming court.
With the girls, it's more good.
It was more good?
Yeah.
Who's one of your favorite people, one of your favorite girls from the homecoming court?
I was thinking Chloe.
I'm so honored. I love that girl. She's awesome. I think she has a really good connection with a lot of the girls on the court, and to know that she thought that I was her favorite was really cool. So we were all so just ecstatic. I remember looking at Kim and all of them and looking over, and we all just were glassy-eyed and emotional, and watching her pump her fist and run across the field. It was an incredible feeling.
Keishley's crowning was a big moment for her mother, who was overcome with emotion.
It was very touching to me. Definitely was a big, big blessing to hear the crowd. It's just very heartwarming to me that people that don't know her love her so much,
Congratulations to Keishley and best luck in the future. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Joey White.
Look for our next show in January, where we will be featuring the new transition from 8th to 9th grade.
Thanks for watching. We wish you a happy holidays and a happy new year.